Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of the HNL Podcast. What's up, guys? What's happening?
Can I just say thank you so much for the views and the feedback from the first video. Really do appreciate it and all your comments. Yes, we are going to come back and reply to all those comments. So thank you for taking time out to watch it and encouraging us to release another episode ASAP because you enjoyed it that much.
Yes. Guys, thank you so much for the feedback, the positive comments, the negative as well, and how we can improve. Like, we really appreciate it. At the end, we're doing this for you guys, much we're doing it for ourselves. You guys also matter. So again, thank you so much.
Shout out to everybody for all the comments, of course, and so on and so forth. If you don't know, my name is Heezy.
Ndui Escobar.
And this is Lou, and that's where HNL comes in. It's easy, it's Lou, and it's Lou.
It's Lou.
Actually, some of the people actually told us about the fact that our table looks very bland, and if we can do something about it.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So, what have you guys been up to since the first episode?
Well, chilling, taking it all in, the feedback from the people, which was kind of great. Like, I won't lie, we're all nervous about it, but the feedback was just overwhelming because I was surprised. Okay, the people liked us, they liked the dynamic, especially of two guys and one lady. So it's been dope. So we hope to aim higher and do better throughout the year, and let's see where this whole thing takes us. Otherwise, we are grateful and we appreciate. Cheers to y'all.
All right.
I realized I am amongst stars. That's what I've been up to. Like, the whole time I'm sitting there in disbelief. I'm like, how did I even make this panel? I understand it. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Like, just been, it's a tough time in radio.
Yeah.
I don't know if you never job or not.
So it's that time of the year.
That's what I've been up to. I've been up to some stress and some anxiety and some, but
you're also telling us about Tuguti, your phone was just going off for the longest time.
That's why I'm like, I realized I was amongst stars after that video went, after that video was uploaded, the first episode, because my phone just kept going on, and I'm sure if we could talk, we would be on some girl. So yeah, my phone was really going off because of the notifications, because of these guys. But
that's what happens.
Because
of you as well. That's what happens. Sim to Baba, Devin, stand up, KZN. South Africa actually, because I was actually checking what is Mugwapi, guys. You'd be shocked. You would be shocked. Hungary.
Ukraine.
Russia. Across the world. So shout out to everybody that tuned in and watched our first episode. Actually, that first week, Ipumile, I think I was playing Emarisburg on Friday. There's a place called La Casa that I'm currently playing at every Fridays for Tokyo Fridays. And it was a crazy night. The reception was crazy. People wanted more, asking me about the podcast and so on and so forth. But now, I think the 10, 11. Right, just before we close, because we close at 11:30, ngaye bathroom. Ngithi ngiyosikhulula kancane. Bengifike bathroom is a group of guys. Hey, what's up, Easy? Showcase, ne? How? Bengithi ngiyaphenduka because I'm done. I'm wondering why this guy is not leaving the bathroom. How much they are cooking? Ulai. Just like
welcome to Devon.
No, this is in Pietermaritzburg now.
I'm not shocked, because I must let Ash now, it's okay, like the age for experimenting with some drugs has dropped to the age of 12.
I know it.
No way. I'm telling you, and now abantu who are going through treatment of drugs is between the age of 12 to 82.
Wow.
So this now you're self-okay. You think drugs especially and then you get it's okay. 7% of the population is under use of substances.
70?
7%.
Oh, 7.
It's under the use of substances. So it's crazy, and again it's later. So 1 in 14 people like South Africa are on drugs. So later the guys are one that is serious. The society was from 2014. So I wonder, like it's quite serious. And crazy enough, we top 10 of abuse of drugs. South Africa.
Hopefully you're not in the top 5.
That's twice the normal percentage rate.
I mean, my thing is, like, because drugs are something that has always been there, you know, and it's something that we've always heard about, that people take such drugs, you know, but it's not something that we've seen. But now I'm finding Uguti, more and more people that take drugs are becoming less shy to do them in front of other people.
That's like it's not taboo anymore.
It's not.
It's not taboo anymore, because I mean, I'm in the bathroom and I'm just here for my business, and for you to be so confident to even like set them up and even go as far as offering me, you know, I'm just like, okay, security page can demand, because I mean, weed, okay, I mean, it's fine, you know, understand, like, weed, especially for kulikas, we have to, that's where all the guys were going. But now cocaine, I mean, guys.
But even with the weed, I mean, that's how it starts for most people, and then they end up getting into the likes of Wong and stuff. Because you know what I've seen happen, Ekas. Now I'm from Efos, right? There's this guy that my friend had the biggest crush on. He went to a private school.
Private school kids and the drugs.
You know, listen to this. But this is, it's actually quite different, because it's not like he went into drugs because began mali and he just decided to. There was a guy who specifically targeted kids that were going to private schools because of the fact you know, you come from a good home, you can afford this. So what he did is that these young boys were just smoking weed, standard just greens, and then he started making them amari, right? That have some of that stuff. I mean, so then he'll offer them. He didn't even make them pay. This guy, Maga explaining stories like he didn't make us pay for like 3 or 4 times. And then the 5th time, you get there and you're like, can I have weed? He gives you regular weed, and then you smoke it and it doesn't hit you the same way. And you're like, little do you know, that's where, you know, it's no longer just and that's how he literally, this guy was he targeted Abafana Basima
private school
because of the they had no intention of getting into heavy drugs. They had no intention. And also the thing about drugs is the fact that people get into it for different reasons, you know. With most people, you think they're masking a pain. I have an ex-friend who got into drugs because she lost her handbag because she drank too much. I'm talking this in a club. So she's like, rather I stay sober. So then she got into drugs because you think sober.
Oh yeah, I've also heard that theory. I've also heard that theory.
People that take drugs would say that they don't laugh, they get anything, bang a laugh footy on top of it.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
I've also heard the theory, if you want to rock
the whole night
or the whole weekend, then for you to stay up, you must take at least a line.
No, of course. That's given right there, you know, and like, you know, guys, abantu mina and futhi mina abantu abashaya drugs angibajaji shame because guys semhlabeni nje it's tough and we go through different things, you know, we all come from different backgrounds, we all have our reasons, so I never judge a person. My only issue is now what's okay, like, you know, I feel like before you start drugs, sometimes you shy yourself introspection, you know, and be honest with yourself, it's okay. That's what, for me, for example, I know what's okay, like, you know, about, you know, Coke, for example, Coca-Cola, that is, for example.
Yeah.
I know already what's okay, you know, and why is it we have young food.
Okay.
So now do you think it's okay, like, you know, I'm going to go and try drugs and tell me when I get out it's easy? No. Secondly, I know what's okay, like, you know, I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
It takes something small for me to start drinking, you know, so now me being upset, okay, and then I'm like, hey, okay, let me try drugs. No. So I think it's a matter of you being honest with yourself. Okay, no. If I try this, will I be able to handle it? Yes or no? I just feel like people are not honest with themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I have to echo your point, Wuti. You need to be honest with yourself, because I've been offered weed before, and I mean, Busase High School in Dwana, you do try such things, you know. And I remember the first time I tried weed. I mean, because everyone around me was doing it. But at the end of the night, I needed to be honest with myself and say, okay, this is not for me, you know. And since then, I've never looked back. Because from then, I just understood, it's okay, however, going back to your point, my thing is, like, if you say we get into drugs for different reasons, right? And how do you explain umuntu khule ekhaya and ekhaya bingekho i-family structure bungagadiwe okanye awukhulanga kahle i-structure se-family asikho, let me just put it that way, and you ended up with the wrong people and you ended up doing drugs, and somehow that story we understand, you know, but how do you explain someone okhule in a home where there's a structure, where that person goes to a private school, where that person is well looked after, you understand, when if future yakho like indlaleliwe wena, you know, you are not an ordinary black person, yabo wena okwakho nje uyakubona kucacile, and then that person falls into drugs. Like I've always had a problem with that. Why you?
I'll tell you why. You see, so now you're right. There's people who have a family structure and they don't have support at home, and it's support they get in the streets, but differences, you know, but only it's support and negative that comes with bad influence. They want to do. Now, here's a kid, a rich kid, you know, they go by their softball, they went off, they go to private schools. So the way I see it, most of the time, so now you have parents, both of them back on, mom and dad. You know? Now the issue is, mom and dad, they are not available emotionally. Mom and dad, they're out there making money. So you as a kid can live a soft life and get whatever you want. Right? Yeah, bro. Now, who's giving the kid that emotional support and love at home?
Is it the drugs?
It's not the sister though. It's not the other brother, older brother, or whatever the case is.
But why aren't you finding a hobby like playing soccer? Do what we did.
Yes, no, you're not. Yes, now, yes. It's not drugs, yeah, cool. But at the end of the day, guys, you need that love and support, that love from inside. If it's not there, they'll go look for it elsewhere. And where? Friends. What kind of friends? Bad friends. The same rich kids, they attract bad friends who come from a less privileged background. Yeah, but I'm not saying it's their fault, the less privileged, but you're bound to get mixed up with it can get wrong. You know, you'll see other stuff because now you grew up with the soft life, you grew up with the PlayStation, DSTV, the works. You're tired of it now. Now you want to experience something else. And what is that? The less privileged side of life, and that's how it gets sucked in.
So you look at that as glamorous, okay, let me go experience that life because I'm yours.
Yeah, my other friends are doing it, so why not? Yeah, bro.
I think that's when you're still trying to find a place to fit in.
And that's true as well. Yes.
That's when you're still trying to find a place to fit in, because there's no way you're going to have this proper family structure with all these opportunities laid out on the table for you. With Lalela, all we're saying is sacrifice 3 years of your life. Malum's Banbani is a lawyer, and the law firm, you've got another uncle who's you know, you see, it's just a matter of you trying to fit in, trying to find yourself.
So basically what I'm saying is about that, guys, there has to be a balance. You can't keep stuffing your kid with money only. That kid, you need to sit down and talk to him or her. How's your day? How was school?
Yeah, but also like when do you sit down and understand Uguti, the fact that I'm living this soft life is because my mom has to work 10 hours.
They don't understand that too.
No, but kids, come on, let's not be ridiculous.
There are kids. See, now we'll come back and learn to the it's okay. You never understand the value of money until you grow old. Until it's okay. I'm out there sweating for this money. You have all these big lights, this big screen TV, the Wi-Fi, the PS5. I'm not getting it for free. I am working for it for you. Kids don't understand that until they grow older and realize.
But do also, like, I feel like we can't necessarily blame the parents, because you can find parents, you know, with 3 kids, and there'll be one who decides to go into drugs. Many they raised with the same morals, the same belief, the same, you know, amount of support, so to speak. So I really don't feel like it would be okay to blame the parents. Kind of people that are more prone to pressure, to peer pressure. There's just people that just can't say no, people that just can't stand their ground. And I know sometimes I tend to be a pushover. It's not because, you know, it's just because you come from a family that's so, you just assume that people don't do anything with bad intentions.
No, true. I
mean, if you tend to be a pushover,
no, of course, guys. Again, I'm not fully blaming the parents. Again, I say, parent now plays a huge role in the kid's life. I tell you, for example, when I grew up, I was a rebel. of a kid. I was a kid that was never at home. I was always on the other side of the suburb, playing with other kids outside, where my brother was so close to my garden. They used to go to the store, go do all the stuff. I mean, I was always at home because I was a rebellious kid. I mean, I never had a relationship with Uma that close, but somehow I came out fine. Yes, at the end of the day, you grow and you see what's okay. Okay, there's certain things I'm willing to do, and I choose the path. Yes, of course, it also boils down to the kid. But guys, we cannot forget the fact it's okay. Umzali Naya plays an important role.
True.
Well, then how do you explain labantu who adults, like abantu over 21, 20, 19, when they start these habits? I understand a kid because when we say a kid, we're probably talking about a teenager. That person is still a bit lost, doesn't understand what is happening in life. That person, I can let that go. But how do you explain someone who is now in varsity after matric, gets to DUT, gets to UK's and Howard College, gets to whichever institution, and then starts doing drugs?
No, of course, but I mean, guys, if that's the case now, you have to look at the intervention. What's okay? 24 hours in a day. 16 hours, with his friends, his peers. So that person is bound to go down that bad route. Your parents are not always around to look after you. So yes, at the end of the day, now as an adult, that's 21 and over. At that point in your life, it all boils down to you. I want to learn. So again, going back background, now if I grew up in the suburb, who knows? I would have came out bad. I could be in the streets doing stupid stuff. Who knows?
If you grew up where?
If I didn't grow up in the suburb.
If you didn't?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. But if I didn't grow up in the suburb. My bad. Who knows? I could be doing stupid shit as well. I want to learn. Again, guys, we're surrounding at the end of the day as well. Yeah, but
can we also just go into the fact that not everyone matures at the same age? So,
true.
Konomuntu who is 25 and still doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with their life.
Exactly.
And there's people that are 18 that is like, this is my destiny. I'm going there.
I think I'd like to say I'm one of those people. When I was 18, I just understood exactly.
You knew exactly.
I knew exactly.
You're lucky because even in varsity you'll get people that are on some. No, I'm so glad you've got a passion outside of what we're doing, outside of what we're studying. There's people that don't know themselves even while basebenza. There's people that tap into who they really are at the age of like 40 or 50, which means they were probably just winging it between earlier ages and then. Because until you know yourself, until you know what makes you tick, what's for you, you're literally just winging it with everything else in between.
Yeah, true, because guys.
Yeah, kids, if you carry on taking drugs, you're gonna end up in jail.
Yeah, that's very true. And
you probably start doing the wrong things, and then next thing you are in jail. What about that sex tape as a jail, guys?
That's crazy.
Why are you so excited? Why are you so excited?
No.
You're just thinking of his reaction.
Why are you so excited?
Because it's crazy, because the corner, that's not the first sex tape you mentioned. There was the one that turned into 11. Same thing.
Is that Chela?
Yeah, showcase.
Okay.
It's okay. Wait, okay. Actually, I'm not sure.
The correction officer.
No, the police officer.
Snap.
Yes. Well,
oh, they're definitely getting it.
Yeah, but also, guys, I mean, come on. I can't believe it. The fact it's okay, there's people who are surprised by such things. Those things happen. Parents actually, but obviously not recorded. Oh, guys, all child about dice apart.
But Dyson, wait, hold on. But Dyson.
Wait a minute.
Let me
Then doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. My dog, go to Pev just after 12. Was a baboon. The female wardens have a I was shocked. There was a time I used to go to PEV, like just after 12, coincidentally.
PEV was like your workshop.
Make a peel right, and you have prisoners who are there, you have 1,000 prisoners. And once you find out, it's okay, no, there's a trade that ends on our part,
I won't do. Are you telling me they are selling?
Hey, but those guys have needs as well. Yeah, but that's the lady like your normal typical cop. There's cops on payroll outside. Yeah, but there's cops taking bribes. There's cops making cash on the side. There's a cop I know, hamba ngelokuza nge-A-class, Mercedes.
But some ass though.
Yeah, probably has some tenders.
Tenders, right? Guys, I understand you. I was born until it's okay. No, I manifest multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
Same thing with them. And guys, I won't lie. Not that I can't blame cops or whatever, but at the end, low 12K a month, it's just not enough. Everyone now,
But without a condom though.
But I'm just saying it's okay. But
what do you mean? Wait, hold on. What do you mean a wing?
I'm saying, but that's them.
He paid 500 rand.
But I'm telling you, it's okay.
No, but it's very risky.
No, it's risky. Don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you, when you exchange, that you must know.
I think the saddest thing about that story was the fact Tuguti, after the story blew up, we then found out Tuguti, the lady is actually married.
And then there was rumors that she's married to the prisoner.
Yeah.
And then later on we found out that is a lie.
Not him.
It's not him. And just to echo what Ndu was saying about Tuguti Lenti and Zagala, there was an article I read last week about Uguti Yonkel Ndenzala Partners or something new. It's something that happens. But mina engele ngifundile was the fact Uguti actually ama prisoners do have sexual relationships with ama wardens. So mina ngasitshela ukuthi okay shuthi akhokhwa. It's just a matter of, I mean, you and I are dating and we do understand, we have an understanding. But apparently it's not something new. It's something that happens fairly on a regular basis. But now, why am I? Because for the longest time, I thought, la kuboshe khona amachita, kukata machita.
No, well.
But what was she doing?
Yeah, supposed to be like that.
Or is it not like that?
It is like that, as far as I know. But the guys, come on. Most of us apparently have access to everywhere.
Oh.
So, you know.
So beka shy around.
What's he come and see me in my office?
And
Wash I walk away. I'm fully
you never know.
But it just goes to show. Uguti, like you are not safe anywhere.
Yeah. That's the thing.
You know, you could think that my girlfriend or my wife is at work.
Oh no, yeah, true. Okay, hey. A partner doesn't have social media. Oh no, my relationship is safe. Because now you can't keep track of them. Social media. So it's okay. Or go on social media. I feel sorry for you. Shame.
That's what you said.
Exactly. So it's just one of those things I know, guys. The other day, the sex tape. It's nothing new, guys. It's been happening. Gunja took someone to actually record it and show us it's okay. No, here's what happens.
That's the part that
in prison.
But
that's
for me,
mind-boggling.
it's also the trauma after.
Hey.
Because now, what if you have kids?
And when they grow up and see that thing, that's an anguma.
Because the internet doesn't forget.
Exactly.
The internet never forgets.
Says
you save us. Folder.
Church group.
Yes.
Stockfell.
Yeah. Laptop.
Everything.
Gospel. 2014.
I bet you can't even go to a Shisanyama after that whole thing.
So
and the saddest thing is, whenever things like that happen, I feel like women always take the blame. Because if you pay attention to what happened between those two guys, no one is saying anything
about the guy.
But I honestly think in this regard, it has nothing to do with gender. It has more to do with roles. You know, it's the warden versus the prisoner, and of course the prisoner is seen more as a victim because Lomuntu, he's behind Amaketi, and the warden is the one that has the keys to all of these things. So honestly, I don't feel like the woman. Well, maybe she's being called names because you know what society is like. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think it's more of a role thing and a power thing and a. And
I get that. It's not even that deep. It's the fact it's okay. You're supposed to be correcting this person. That's why it's a correctional facility.
Yeah.
Or that when you're enabling such bullshit. So that's why.
Sex is not bullshit.
No, no. It's not bullshit. But now when you exchange sex with a prisoner when you're working there, it's bullshit. How are you correcting those people? They're in there to be rehabilitated and to be corrected. What correction is happening there? Ubanigi did.
How to?
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Yo.
So it's not right, guys. So That's why.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not right. Definitely not right. But I just wish at some point when things like that happen, as guys, we could sometimes just take the pinch and the blame.
Of course.
Because I also feel like Loasis, we're still yet to find out whether she knew that thing was being recorded.
But she seems like
or
she
not.
knew.
Yeah.
She seems like she knew. Like when I watch it, it just looks like she.
So they were
she
being
knew.
kinky.
They were definitely
living vigorously.
I don't know whether he wanted to show off to the other prisoners on some yanchi.
I got it.
So I'm hearing that.
And
And they
also-
probably didn't believe it. I don't know whether it was that or you born a jokes and then about, baby, it was so nice. I don't know. But it seems like, to me, it seems like she knew
And
exactly
now
what was happening.
masterpiece. Like she had a case before as well.
For what?
Oh, apparently,
Yeah. She was
apparently.
suspended the one- she
There
was
was a
suspended,
WhatsApp voice note floating around about her being.
About her?
Yeah.
I
I don't know. Apparently, I think prisoners they apply for some funds, and when they get granted, they're supposed to go directly to a family member of the prisoner. But instead, one nigga the prisoner directly.
Something like 15K. Or,
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but,
something like
so
15K.
she didn't follow protocol. She's been in trouble before. So.
Yeah, talking about following protocols, all protocols observed. Actually, last week we were hit by a train as South Africans as Amazulu. I don't know if you relate, but hey. You are in KZN. The passing of the king. I was actually very, very, very sad because I needed to sit down and just think to myself, how much do I know about
Our culture.
And your answer was?
And my culture was, out of 10, I think I get a 2.
Not even a 5.
I think I get a 2.
No, you win.
Out of 10.
Your culture out of 10.
Two as well. It's deep.
I think I get a 2.
The fact good okay, I don't even good okay. I wish good about Inkosi E. You say Inkosi E Kotem.
Because well, I knew that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw a few websites and tweets that were saying it's okay. The king has,
fallen.
As
Kotama.
and people were like, yo, you guys are disrespectful. How can you write such a thing? And then to myself, okay, and then what's the issue here?
What's wrong here?
And until find out, nope, you don't say that. Tua Inkosi Ikotem. I was like, oh, okay.
If you guys are a 2 and you are Zulu men who are born and bred in KZN, then that means I'm a minus 25 because I'm definitely a minus 25.
No, it's something that we really need to look at, and just understand and just try to understand why is this happening and how can we make it better. Understand? Because I mean, Drew and I, we're still going to have kids, and when we do have those kids, they need to understand where they come from. They need to know their history. So if there's a disconnect already, Kimi and Nundu, it means the people that we are going to bring into this world
I'm minus 25.
are just minus 25. They won't know anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And labantu abazobaletha nabo won't know, and that's our culture and our history gone.
Yeah.
Completely.
Was
Yeah, well,
actually- yeah.
and my thing is, whose responsibility is it for us to know about these things? Is
It's
it my
your own.
responsibility? But then again, I sit down and think to myself, when I went to school, I was taught about Jan van Riebeeck.
Exactly. But it's your
I was taught
own.
about Hamlet and Othello.
Vasco da Gama.
I was taught about Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Vasco da Gama,
You know what a Vasco da Gama is in Joburg?
what is it?
It's those yabona imetrile fana ne vest. Right? You know you get those pants that have that vesty like material when it's super cold.
Yeah.
They call those pants a Vasco da Gama.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm talking about the actual sailor, Portuguese sailor now, who sailed the 7 seas.
Vasco da
Glory.
Gama is a
That's
soccer
where-
team, my G.
Ngiyakubona lo, mina sengikhuluma the actual Vasco da Gama.
That's where the name comes from?
Yeah, angithi bakhona Jan van Riebeeck, mase bakhona Vasco baningi. So akuyona uYan kuphela. Yabo, so
Yeah, but just not to drift away so much from the point, Uguti, was it my parents' responsibility to teach me about my history? Was it my school? Or was it TV?
No, I think
Or
it's,
the books? I don't know. Like, it disconnected corn. And mind you, I think it's been more than about 50 years since anything like this happened in Mhlabeni, where a Zulu king dies.
Yeah.
So Tina, basically we are going to be in the history books.
Yeah,
because we are that generation.
Yeah.
So we've never been hit by anything like this before. This was the first time. You know? And I don't think anyone saw it coming, which was going to happen. But it was going to happen at some point, and it happened. And sadly it happened Tina Sibangaga. And now we are realizing, guys, we know nothing. Sazo ukuthi kuya emhlangeni kwakhona futhi umkhosi womhlanga, we question that.
Yeah.
Ukuthi why kuya kumkhosi womhlanga, why what we also have our questions, but we don't even understand ukuthi lento isuka phi yaphi.
I think Yabana, the minute that you feel like you should know more than what you know, that's when you realize it's your own personal responsibility. School is just supposed to give us a general outline of life and whatever else it is.
No, but the school also needs to. No, but Lou,
I know
schools
that
also need to implement these things.
Probably Zulu
like
history
it's not
and
fair.
Xhosa history and whatever
no,
else
but
needs to
also
be part
it's
of the
not fair.
syllabus.
Like what is this history are you teaching us?
Yeah, that's true.
How are
That's
you going to help us with anything?
No, that's true. Though,
That
but
is
It's
very
not
true.
fair that I take my child to school and pay over 30K. Also, why are we being taught about Jan van Riebeeck?
Okay, but Hizzy, now that you know, what are you going to do differently? Are you going to go on a quest personally to go and learn about these things so that you can impart that knowledge on your kids? What are you going to do now? Because I feel like we're not the first generation to realize that we don't know as much as we should.
Yeah.
And that's why, Tina, everything is being filtered further. By the time you get to the bottom, it's just water.
You see,
there's no substance.
I'm doing something about it now because I'm speaking about it on this podcast. And I'm saying such thing needs to change.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We need to start implementing such things because that's where we spend most of our time. So I'm doing something about it now. Sadly for me, saying Pumile scale.
Exactly.
And lababeza behind me, abase schooling right now. Ibona kumele sibalwele ukuthi at least, because if we carry on like this, guys, another generation
It's
that
gonna
is
be
before
worse
us,
off than us.
It's going to be worse than us.
But can I also say, ni busy, ni too cool. That's your problem. So at these family
What you
functions,
mean we're being too cool?
at these family functions, we don't sit down with the elders anymore.
That's very
Let's
true.
be honest.
That's very true.
Do you not sit with your cousins instead, niphuza utshwala and do whatever it is that you do, instead of sitting no gogo omdala and ask her ukuthi umkhulu banibani, where did he come from?
And
you don't even know. Maybe he was half Swazi, half what. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
we
look,
are too cool to sit down with the elders and
yeah,
get a better understanding.
You're right, actually, because nakhona futhi let's touch your point as well. Okay, like, you know, we're unfortunate enough to okay, like, you know, safunda yonke le history there that's irrelevant to us, because I mean, dog, you can't compare syllabus back then compared to now. I'm sure nakhona go departments of education, but I'm sure it's okay. We didn't have as many
useless.
No, I'm just saying,
very
that's
useless.
what I'm saying. Okay, I just feel like demographic lapana education. I'm so shishintshile manje back then compared to now.
Nah.
Whereas, you don't think so? Whereas of now, it's okay. Like, you know, manje, like, abantu bethu can now instill what's okay. Doesn't, guys, I shouldn't still pass manje. Yeah, about type of thing. Yeah, and secondly, touching on your point, what's okay, Tina, we're too cool. People get surprised. Bangibuza, when I do, usuwenzani uhleli namapara type of thing. And I tell them, no, those guys are people as well.
No, yeah,
and
very much so, yeah.
Hey guys, you'll be shocked. And people will be shocked. I could be chilling with hitmen. I chill with.
But that's just you and the streets and the street cred.
But that's what I'm saying. We are too cool to be chilling with certain people. Instead, you want to chill with people who have status rather.
But also, if you are going to be, here's the thing, we don't realize how much influence ETV has in our lives. We don't realize that.
True.
Right? Take, for instance, Ushaka Zulu. If you just bring anyone right now and say to them, tell me about Shaka Zulu. I'm telling you now, top 5. Into zoqhamuka again uthiwa Shaka Zulu wayenomkhonto, wayegwaza abantu, wayemubi, wayemnyama. Right? Because when they decided to tell the story of Ushaka,
That's what they focused on.
that's what they focused on TV. Hence, when everyone speaks about Ushaka Zulu, the thing that stands out was that he was a dark man, wayenomkhonto, egwaza, ebulala.
Now, whose fault is that?
The fault ilandu ekuthenini ukuthi what you show to the people kule platform that you call it television in an influence enkulu that you don't realize. So if no one is going to, you must also understand ukuthi ama media house are run over like South Africa.
No, of course.
Who has the power
No, of course.
to okay anything that goes on the TV.
Yeah, it's a race. At the time, we showed 90% in Akala.
Oh, bakhala vele, bakhala. And I was one of those people abangakhala. It was so nice driving, listening to 5FM and DJ Bongs. That for me was the South Africa that I wanted to live and stay at.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying, Wuti, those things, like if we don't like speak up and say, can we tell our stories now?
In our way.
In our way. It's so sad because even right now when you go, there's a TV channel called Moja Love that is telling South African stories like guys.
That's nothing as well.
But if you go look at the reviews of Moja Love,
Exactly.
wonke umuntu just speaks down.
Yeah.
Moja Love this,
But
ubheka,
they're exposing black people's problems and
But
what they're
those are
going
our
through.
stories. That is our reality.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, I mean, no one will be happy. You can do this, they'll complain. Do that, they will complain. So what do we do now?
Because we brainwashed. And I think once we get to a point where we all realize what's brainwashed, and right now it's time for us to be clean washed. We put it that way.
You're right. They don't admit it's okay, no, we brainwashed. Instead, I know, see, woke.
But you know what I think? I think
I wanted to live.
just people realizing, or like you saying, you feel like the story Saga Shaga wasn't told correctly. All of those things is your chance to stand up and say, we need to tell the story better. We need to focus on other things. So a lot of us see Izinto not being depicted the way they're supposed to be depicted, but we don't stand up and speak on them. We don't come up with a better alternative. And that's why the next generation is going to be filtered even further, because we watched this, we thought something was wrong, but we did nothing about
Guys, it's very sad. Like, it's very sad. You know, it's all fun and games. The thing is, even on social media, ne? Buka abantwana bekhula, bebancane, you know, the social media kids. And you watch them. Some of them are Sotho, some of them are Xhosa, some of them are Zulu. And what they speak is English.
Let's
not mention anyone, please.
No, I'm just saying. No. I'm not mentioning. I'm just saying. There was a video. Look, Hello, Modu. Hey, exactly.
So I'm not saying, Uti, don't take your child to like multiracial schools and so on. But nakhona, guys, language, as a teen, actually, abantu ababamba language for me, you know, Xhosa people, I commend them.
Yeah.
When it comes to language, because even the big guys that we look up to, Abo Seakolisi and them, but you still find them in a room full of white people. They speak their Xhosa with so much pride.
Yeah, of course, but guys, if umzali ekhuluma isingisi, if umzali speaking English, hello my boy, how are you my son? How are you
I think we need to realize
ukuthi
language plays such a huge role.
No, of course, but
because when you speak it, it reminds you ukuthi wena ungumZulu, wena ungumkhonto. It reminds you of who you are.
Yes.
So I'm very much disappointed at myself. Ukuthi the fact that I go around and I carry so much weight in the public sometimes, but if you had to sit me down and ask me about
the king.
Yeah, again, you know, they say, khona king asimekhaya ihlezi itsinaye sike ngaselokishini, and therefore nje izinto zezulu like we don't know them deeply and as all as they do. yabo. And that's all right now. Mina bengino-aunt osizayo ekhaya akutshela ukuthi hayi nina abafana baselokishini and bona abafana basemakhaya yabo. Mina azingisi kakhulu and as much as like you know like it would irritate me, but she's right.
There's truth.
Nakho inkosi ikhotha kodwa saze lutho. That's just the reality and the truth of it. But then who do we blame?
Who's your king?
Yeah, who's your king?
Stop it.
Right, man, that's why.
Stop it.
Is there a king there though?
So, about for example, that's a MT roll up. This was 2016. But it roll up, I don't know, as far as I know,
It was an old song.
Yeah, Pumi roll up.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, hearing it roll up. Yeah, but like it didn't get much acceptance. But like it didn't get the
reception it deserved.
Yeah. And then I don't know what they did. Those guys from Ambitious, they went back to a drawing board and were like, no, this song is a hit. We need to start all over again.
Sometimes it just happens organically. True. Sometimes it's not something that you planned in the boardroom. Because I feel like for Upik Zulu, it's not anything he planned in the boardroom. But for me, I just feel like because, I heard the song and I was like, okay, this is an okay song. Mm-hmm. And I forgot about it up until like 2 weeks after. There was a challenge in Otutuzan. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's when the song started blowing up on our faces. So I'm at a point of, is it because of the song or is it because of Tutuzan?
Can I be honest? We are in the generation where all that matters is the PR company that you are under. You know?
Very true.
If you're part of a PR company that's able to make a trend out of something, be able to make a trend out of your song, then I mean, you're destined for success. You get what I'm saying? We're not sure how long it's going to last, and even if they do go the whole social media route, hashtag challenge type route, of course it's got a shorter livelihood, but if they do it exceptionally well, by involving some, like what they did with the design, like, guys.
No, but that was done organically.
He did it himself.
He did it himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't asked to do it. We don't know whether it was asked or not, but from what we know and from what we saw, because Upik Zulu, when they to go to meet Tutuzana for the first time after the song was major. Yeah. And the challenge was something that was trending all over. Now, going back to your point about EPR, and then you ask yourself, Uguti, in the case of people like Nasty C, I mean, look at the song with him and Ari Lennox, Black and White.
That song was old.
The song is old, yes.
But it's picking up now.
Zuluman with some power. It's from that album.
Oh, is it?
Zuluman with some power. It's from that album. Nasty C's second studio album, Zuluman with some power. That song is from third. Is it third album?
Yeah, it's third.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to edit that. It's from Nasty C's third studio album, Zulu Man with Some Power, right? And the PR behind that song is amazing. We're talking Ellen DeGeneres here. You know, we're talking Tiny Desk. We're talking the feature on its own is something major. But where is the song? Where is it? I mean, the PR behind the song is major, but where is it?
No, but everybody knows Black and White, though.
Black and White. It's
not their genre of interest.
I mean, come on, guys. I agree with them with you. I mean, come on, guys. There's 7 billion people in the world. Man, you have to measure the income. I fail to get none.
No, but we're not measuring.
No. It's hits like Sao Paulo, Brazil, or favelas like Rio de Janeiro. You never know.
No, but we right now we're talking about South Africa.
I'm just saying an example.
No, example Yakofut is valid, but it's South Africa, man.
Okay, now you actually see. Okay, are we going to measure it according to Enanda? Are we going to also take it all the way to Mhlanga? Because people are
let's take it.
We could take
it all the way.
One province, no.
We could take it all the way to Mhlanga, Sandton, Western Province. I feel like Upik Zulu will still kick Necessity's ass.
Oh, of course.
Where those two songs are concerned.
I think here in Durban, but not in Joburg. Now, it's a matter of relatability.
I can't.
Nganyiwe ngaliya ngoba kushaya ikesi nge-black and white.
Black.
Stop it. That's Nzonshaya. Mocking my hood like this.
Hey, Brie.
No, but I mean,
MTN taxi
Let me
rank.
be honest.
Small streets.
Can we talk
Pabas number,
about,
but
can we
no
talk
temple
about the aspect of relatability in the music that you listen to? Of course, Imaleningi, Amadumbe, here in KZN, they know exactly what Amadumbe is.
True.
I was introduced to Amadumbe at the age of 19.
Yes,
You
right.
figure like KZN.
And you're right, because
so some people listen to the song, Amadumbe,
Yeah.
People in Joburg are probably listening to that song and say, what?
No.
Okay, oh, no, it's like Imaleningi.
Bawas in the Toro. Yeah, but the English term.
I didn't even know those things.
Yeah, Taro. Sorry.
Okay, but why are you making the entire song about Amadumbe?
No, I'm just saying, I'm going to a point of which, okay, she only knew Amadumbe at the age of 19. Yeah, but which
No, but we're talking about the song now, not about Amadumbe.
No, okay, but it's a point like that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I understand where it's coming from. Because now I'm also. I want to start eating usu like now.
Do you eat usu every week? You eat usu every week.
No, but some sense I got introduced to it at a later age of 20, 22, 23. Yeah, what today? I didn't eat usu as a kid. Yeah,
you must also keep in mind what music needs to relate. So as much as I know Imaleningi is a big
Okay,
song.
so your point is maybe what Nasty C is making for the masses right now, as South Africans, we don't relate.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
in essence.
No. When you said ukuthi mawungaya manje nanda ubabuze nge black and white, they probably don't know it. But if you ask them about Imaleningi, they know.
That's how we
it.
measure a hit in South Africa, unfortunately.
That is in KZN. I'm saying it. If
In
you were
South
to go
Africa.
to Joburg, even if you were to go to Joburg, Imaleningi, they'd probably want some. Yeah, we've heard of.
Okay, I say Orange Farm. Orange Farm.
Let's take it there.
Yeah.
Because then what that does is that both of those people akekho umuntu okhuluma isiZulu laphayana hayi jabulani so but like okay oh you know akekho umuntu okhuluma isiZulu laphayana akekho umuntu uthanda isingisi so then maybe it would be more if you're saying uthani
Orange Farm.
Yeah. It's more Tswana right?
Yeah.
Tswana Sotho, I think
no,
so.
No, one Fagazisi, bruh.
That's Joburg. You picked it.
I'm not saying the wrong
For
things.
example. But what I'm saying is that, you know, like, if you went to a more neutral place, then you'd be able... But of course, in KZN, because it's a Zulu song, they're going to opt for that better than Black and White with Ari Lennox. People that were not listening to Ari Lennox before Nasty C featured him, or didn't listen to Nasty C even before he featured Ari Lennox.
Okay. And then, iPad, la manch.
Yeah.
And then we can go to YouTube and look at the numbers. Now we are talking about, when we go to YouTube, we are talking about the private school kids. And let's look at the numbers Black and White is doing, and look at the numbers Madumbe is doing.
That's not fair. I agree with you, dog.
You want to look at the numbers now?
No.
No, but I agree because it's the other argument we have. It's okay, like you know, who's bigger? About like who's bigger? Okay, wait. Who was bigger? Tupac back then, or now? Or Drake, or whatever, or 50 Cent. And now, I won't lie, we have this argument, so we take it back then, we take it back, it's okay.
No, I'd never get into that argument, because for me, it's always a case of Tupac had to run for Drake had to crawl for Drake to run.
I'm going back to a point though, Gucci, yes, same thing to show it's okay. But sometimes the South Coast, HNL was a mafab, was a master Tupac.
HNL? Yeah.
Where's so Drake? But none of it was a master HNL was South Coast. Come back to a point. It's okay. That's how we measure a hit, or that's how sometimes we measure artists the impact.
But also, when we talk about this whole thing of measuring hits, right? I was actually quite shocked to see that Kanye West is making more money than. But imagine he's sitting at about 6.6 billion.
Yeah, but that's
exactly. You know, so when you look at stats like that, I didn't think that he was making that much
money.
But
that's other ventures outside music. Yeah, we're speaking strictly music. So obviously, yeah.
Strictly music, is Nasty C not making more money than Big Zulu, despite the fact that he's saying that people...
We don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
Yet. Yeah.
What you think, though?
Come on with
featuring every man. What you think, though?
You know what? All I'm going to say is, Big Zulu, Ugoga, Iblugo installment. Oshaya ikavela. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But honestly, guys, do you think, because this whole thing was about, do you think ama hits aya last manje like before? Because I remember
our
back in the day, like ingoma bizo puma ibe hits ka December,
No, our
and then
last.
it will last for about a year or two. But nowadays, just like ingoma lasts for like 2 weeks at most.
No, our last
At
because
most.
what about the traffic nanje ihave uthi drop la ay afike AKA na a drop or afike KO na after AK a drop.
Besides the music
Skandal.
traffic of songs being released ever so often, there's also the pressure of social media. Our generation is heavily indebted in social media.
True.
So keeping on my way now, next week who's Nagama 6 tape, the other weeks Naga in. We have forgotten about your song. We'll trend for like 24 hours and that's
Sorry,
the most we can
Futhi.
do for you.
Preoccupied.
Any into Futhi.
Easy.
And another reason is now, it's the genre of music. Yeah, bro. We know what to mention, for example. Guys, let's be honest. Let's say hip hop in the past 4 years hasn't been popping. We know what to mention is genre hip hop, I mention my piano.
True.
Yeah, but so
It's
that's
actually
why-
piano and Afro house.
Exactly. So that's why, and that's another contributing factor to songs that lost it. Because guys, not the piano. Piano not last. If we're keeping it real.
Yeah, no, but it's going to be like the same situation as it come for me.
No, it's not like that. Now we're talking here. What's okay? Does the hit lost or not? I'm telling you now what's okay compared to hip hop. Which
I don't think piano la last for now.
I beg to
Yeah,
differ.
there are too many piano songs.
Yeah.
There's too
Dude,
much.
do you understand?
No,
Do you-
wait, you see now, there's too many piano songs, but the thing is, they're all lasting though. Whereas
No, they don't.
No, I just feel like okay, hear me out. Not all, but out of 5 piano songs, low 2 or 3 max were lost. Whereas a hip hop song, some hip hop song now that lasted in the past 3-4 years.
No, maybe it's because hip hop is not as popular as
But
the piano.
But that's what I'm saying, Jewuti, because about the genres now. Hip hop is not popping, piano is not popping. Hence, piano liyakwazi ukulasta.
No, mina ngizothi kuwena fethu like piano last because I've seen this so many times, like, and I've heard about it. Ukuthi piano ngithi originates from Pretoria, right? I may be mistaken, but
Hey, debatable.
I think
debatable.
piano originates from Pretoria, right? Pretoria. And if you go to where piano is from, like the piano scene, ungathola ukuthi those people were done with umsebenzi wethu last
Long
year,
ago. I know that
December.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Thing. Yeah.
No, wait, let me finish my point. So those people were done with umsebenzi wethu last year, December. And umsebenzi wethu is still doing things now.
Ingomeni leyo?
Umsebenzi wethu. Oh, I don't know where that song is from.
Okay, but
let's try to give you a timeline. Ukuthi like ingoma, piano scene, yase Pretoria compared to KZN, or let me say Joburg, Gauteng compared to KZN, is different.
No, it's different now. That's why I'm going to
So I last like born.
No, I get you now. That's the case. We have to look at charts and stuff. Yeah, but which nakona is a process nakona. Yeah, so we don't want to base on sets or DJ or whatnot. Let me ask the question. Me, when I take piano, I think we'll look something so it. So now,
Aha, you still there?
yeah.
Jeez.
Because I want to ask a question. What's okay when as a DJ? When last you hear a piano, and be honest, when last you hear a piano song, even something so to parrot, like at a club or ever where you play?
When last?
Yeah.
Probably
I'll be honest.
like last year, November.
Last year, November. That's good enough. That's 4 months ago. That's good enough. To someone who was popping what in 2018? 2018?
Yeah, and Nakona Foot was a repeat, and I probably
No, but
played
still-
that song
but-
because I'm outdated.
But still though, the fact was okay, 2018, that man popped. But 2020, Lomutulo usadlala in the clubs and whatnot. It says something. Now, here's a question. Ucela nukuzwa, and be honest, ucela nukuzwa ihita ya KO Karakara.
No, Karakara.
No,
Way
no, but
old.
Karakara-
It's not
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's
No,
not-
but guys, that's what I'm saying.
Come on.
But that's what I'm saying, Jabuti, guys. The start of hip hop now, Iaped. What other hit you know after Karakara, after 2017? Okay. What's this? KO has been
coming through with hits though.
Okay, it's fine. Also, you continue to tell you.
Oh, that's an old song.
Old song as well.
Now we do
And
one
also,
reference.
there's
I'm a
bubblegum.
point of reference. Wako now.
That's what I'm saying. I bet you though, because I'm saying it's okay. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. The fact long on my leg, I started down the match. There's something wrong with hip hop.
But can I also say the scene is very different here in Durban?
No. But we're not comparing though. That's something who is the fact it's okay. Like it's good. I'm not talking about Mzansi Chicken. Now I'm speaking to him specifically. It's okay. According to yourself, okay, you use certain type of songs in hip hop. It will be big songs. Guys, we haven't had a big song in hip hop. But again, I say in the past, 3-4 years.
What's the biggest song right now in local hip hop?
I don't even know.
Top of your feet.
I don't even
Top of
know.
your-
I don't even know.
What's
Exactly
the
my
biggest
point.
hip hop song, local hip hop song right now?
No, yes.
What is it?
Uchiz, mtas. Tamatis, mtas.
Yeah, but no, bro.
I haven't even heard it.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't reference a hip hop song in the past 2 years.
I feel
there's no hits from hip hop.
No, but KO came through with
Yeah,
that song.
KO,
Yeah.
Lucky Star.
Is that
Lucky Star.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, also Lucky Star is a dope song.
No, it's a joke song, but it's a hit though.
Yeah, well, in the hip hop world, it's,
Try hip hop world.
I mean, Nasty C's,
No.
Ari Lennox, Big Zulu also identifies as a hip hop song.
No, of course. Of course.
Zakwe and Duncan,
Hey, Blongo.
Zakwe, Duncan, Just Biggie, Assess, I'm 11. That's a big song
I'm
also.
gas.
Yeah, that's on you.
I'm saying it's okay. Yeah, boy.
That is on you.
No, of course on me, but I'm gas. I won't lie.
I think this is where we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up.
But hey, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Do you wanna say something, Lou?
No, I
Don't
mean,
forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, do all those things, guys. We're coming through with another episode in about 2 weeks or a week's time. But make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment and share. Yeah, that's what's up. Do.
yes. Otherwise, I'll go by the name of Ndu, aka Ndu Escobar, aka Ndu Ifan Escobar. You guys are tuned into HNL Podcast.
I'm a hitman, man.
It's my boy, Heezy. It's my lady, Uluyanda. It's just the three of us doing what we do. Trying to entertain you guys. So, again, let us know what you think of this episode as well. Like speak your mind. If you feel it's okay, we're going the right path, please let us know. Let us know. If you feel like, we're still slacking, please let us know. It's important that we know these things so we can make a better show for you people. Otherwise, we appreciate the support so far. It's been awesome. I'm having fun. They're having fun. So, yeah, let's do it again. Same time.
Wait, same time again in 2 weeks. Yes. On social media, you can catch me at the Luyanda. Yes, it's only our views. It's only a conversation. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to do all those things that we spoke about earlier. Yeah.
Yes. As you know, I'll go by Nzui Escobar. I'm kidding.
Do be serious.
I'm kidding. Yes, so Twitter handle is _Escobar, Instagram as well, _Escobar, and that's a wrap on my side.
That's what's up, man. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and of course on the Facebook. It's Heezy SA, all out, HEAZYSA. And I think what we're going to leave you with today is this topic we spoke about. Do you think Amahit of today ayalasta, and where do you think everything went wrong? Engage with us, let us know, and then maybe perhaps we can pick up from where you left off when you come back for another episode. Shout out.
Yes, from the HNL Podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's a rap.
It's a rap.